Marshal Service is about to auction 10 high-end exotic vehicles, all of them seized in a drug kingpin case.
As CBS 4's Walter McCullough shows us, if you're interested, you'd better have some deep pockets.
Bugatti, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Maybach, just some of the high-end luxury vehicles up on the auction block.
We have 10 vehicles on display right now, exotic vehicles, and right now they're totaling, if you added everything up in one price ticket, about $3.9 million.
CoCain. Nothing like it. CoCain.
Really good. Really good.
Nothing like it. Nothing.
Really good. Really good.
Nothing like it. Nothing.
An unusual drug smuggling drama is playing out in Australia. 3 Canadians behind bars right now, accused of trying to bring in $30 million worth of cocaine on a cruise ship that docked yesterday in Sydney. The 3 have been charged with importing the drug. The maximum sentence is life in prison. Australian police thanking the U.S. authorities and Canada's Border Service Agency for helping to identify the passengers as high risk.
Narcotics officers in Arlington say a drug dealer missed all the signs that would lead investigators right to a huge stash of pills, pot, guns, and cash.
24-year-old Duck Chi Ta ignored management signs posted all over the property saying they'd be conducting interior inspections. The flyers even gave the specific dates and times. Investigators say aside from not reading, Ta was not tidy. When workers saw bags of pills, pot, and cash lying around the apartment, they called police. In all, police seized more than 72,000 Xanax pills, 20 pounds of hydroponic pot, $16,000 in cash, and found 4 handguns.
Niagara drug kingpin Niccolo Nero was in a Toronto courtroom today for his trial into the deadly shooting in Toronto's Little Italy neighborhood in 2012. Nero, who was arrested in the largest cocaine seizure in Niagara's history, is accused of being the mastermind behind the killing of 35-year-old Johnny Raposo, along with 3 other men. As Jan Jaganathan reports, Raposo was sitting in a crowded patio when he was shot 4 times in the head at close range.
Nero was the target of a Niagara Regional Police investigation called Project Inc. earlier that year. He was charged with trafficking $30 million worth of cocaine, the largest cocaine seizure in Niagara's history. Police wiretapped his cell phone and bugged his car and home. Most of the morning's opening statements were spent on analyzing BlackBerry smartphones and extracting electronic data. Now, according to the Crown, during a search warrant at Nero's Niagara-on-the-Lake home back in 2012, a number of phones were taken. Police also took a sticky note that had a password scribbled on it. That code helped police crack Nero's BlackBerry and downloaded his email messages, which the Crown says shows communications between all 4 accused leading up to the shooting.
Also tonight, authorities in a small North Carolina community make a big arrest for drugs, guns, and money.
So we stopped this car.
Law enforcement officials in Mississippi confiscated the largest amount of methamphetamine in the U.S. for 2017. The drugs have a street value of about $1.5 million. During a traffic stop along Interstate 20 in Rankin County, Mississippi, officers found nearly 95 pounds of crystal meth in a toolbox and fake compartment of a pickup truck. The truck was being transported on a tractor trailer. The driver of the semi did not have a connection to the drugs and was not arrested.
Pineapples, a symbol of warmth and hospitality. So it's hard to imagine that smuggled in this delicious fruit was cocaine. Cops discovered nearly a ton of the drug inside. Just watch agents break apart the pineapples to get to it. The investigation unfolded over several months, leading to 9 arrests and the breakup of an international drug ring.
2014, Alvaro Lopez Tardon was convicted of 1 count of conspiracy and 13 counts of money laundering and sentenced to 150 years in prison. The judge said he used cocaine money he made in Spain to purchase pricey waterfront condos and a collection of high-end exotic cars in Miami. All of them seized.
I hope the message that we send out today from the U.S. Marshal Service is that at the end of the day, crime doesn't pay. They might have been driving that a year ago, but today they're sitting in jail, being told when to go eat, when to go to sleep, and looking out the window with cars instead of looking out the Ferrari's windows.
Thank you to the crew of the Coast Guard Cutter Stratton, who stands before you today. This is a historic day here in San Diego. It's been a common occurrence. We've had significant offloads in the last several months. Today you will see an offload of over 32 metric tons of pure, uncut cocaine, the largest drug offload in U.S. history. The wholesale value alone exceeds $1 billion.
Fixed a lot of boats with EM broke.
What else we have done is we have moved more Coast Guard resources to combat this threat to the United States and to Central America and to regional stability as well. But where they're most vulnerable is when they're on Coast Guard home turf, on the sea. That's where we go.
Also tonight, authorities in a small North Carolina community make a big arrest for drugs, guns, and money. Here's a look at some of the loot in a major drug trafficking case. With the opioid crisis out of control in the region, authorities say this arrest is a start.
It hasn't always felt like that for law enforcement in Northeast North Carolina. They say heroin use is out of control, so they decided to take measures to stop it. For the past 10 months, they've had their eyes on 22-year-old Dion Flood.
I wouldn't call him a kingpin, but I would say that the amount of drugs that he had, he would be a high-level drug dealer.
Friday night, officers busted his Rich Square home. These are photos of that bust. As you can see, they found heroin, cocaine, guns, including an AK-47, and they seized 5 cars.